What's going on, people? It's your boy Tops back again, live for another Tops in the Morning show. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, all of that good stuff. And yeah, we're back, man. The day after, man, Arsenal actually won at Old Trafford, beating them 1-0. Yeah, not a great performance at all, but I'm sure we'll get into it, man. Big up everyone that's already tuned in. Big up Carlos is the thumbnail photo with a laughing emoji and fire. Now, I thought I'd change it up a little bit, man. We'll see how it goes, man. But yeah. Something a little bit different, you get me? But we got Carlos says apparently we bidded for Bastoni. Oh wow, that's what we need, but the bid is way off, 43 mil. Yeah, you're gonna have to bid proper bucks, man. But yeah, you need a top. That's the kind of level of centre back I feel like you needed anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? For the simple fact that again, you've got a few centre backs in there that are good, but quite a few young ones as well. Guys that are, you know what I mean, still trying to learn and trade as well, man. So yeah, I feel like getting out Bastoni just in terms of experience and quality wise would be very, very good. Obviously, if you want to become a member, it's pinned at the top of the chat as well. So pick up everyone that's in the building for that too. But yeah, we'll get into it, man. We'll get into the first game, obviously the Arsenal game, like I said. Obviously the night after, man. Again, I did my review. Make sure you go check that out. And did the watch along for it as well, man. So make sure you go check that out too. So basically, I just said, yeah, Arsenal were not very good, man. We're pretty lucky to win the game, if I'm being honest, man. Apart from the goal, they didn't really trouble the Manchester United goalkeeper at all. Man United had a few good chances. Raya made a few good saves. And obviously, they look better, man. They look better. They look better. I mean, the standards weren't very high from last season, of course, finishing 15th, and the performances were really, really bad. But a couple of the new signings, Cunha and then Buemo, look decent, man. And I think having players that are Premier League proven definitely help 100% because they can just slot in straight away. They know the pace of the Premier League. They know what obviously they need to do. And because obviously they've gone to a bigger club than they were at before, they're eager to impress. They're eager to obviously make a statement already. So from that point of view, I feel like that's obviously some good positives. They create some chances against Arsenal, which again, more positives, but ultimately their Achilles heel, which is the goalkeeper, man, and not being able to defend set pieces. And a lot of people are saying that. I think they've done well to getting their attackers in, but you have to get a new goalkeeper by the end of the summer window. And yeah, this article kind of highlights that. It says Ruben Aaron made a goalkeeping gamble on Sunday, and in the eyes of most, it backfired spectacularly. Manchester United boss selected Bendia instead of a fit again Anana, and it was the Turkey keeper's early error that proved the difference in the 1-0 win at Old Trafford. Anana's future at the club has been subject of much debate this summer, and despite Amarin's fierce defense of his keeper, the number one position at United is again the talking point. United officially privately offered a base truth about the club's rebuild much earlier in the summer. We buy forwards. People ask, why do we get midfielders? If we get midfielders, then they'll ask, why do we get a goalkeeper? We can't do everything in one go. The official said, that's true. That is true. That is true. You have got a lot to do. You can only do so much. Again, you bought 3 forwards, which is more than I thought you did. I thought maximum you probably get 2. Well, you've got literally 3 new forwards in one window, which is obviously a good sign. And then, yeah, if you can try and get a midfielder and a goalkeeper, I think everything else, man. Again, that's what I'm saying about in terms of rebuilds, man. You're not going to do it all in one window and then just leapfrog into a certain position. It is going to take a little bit of time for sure in terms of getting the players that you want. It's just whether at the same time the manager is actually providing the results to keep him afloat, especially because he had such a bad end to the season last season. And even though obviously, to be fair, it was encouraging, his actual team played a bit better. You've got to see if you do the same against Fulham, because again, Man United actually generally play better against the big teams anyway on their armoring. So that's not particularly new. You just had a little bit more quality. Ultimately, you still lost the game, but in terms of positives for obviously Man United, that's obviously something to obviously work on. But again, it's the Fulham games, it's the Burnley games, it's those kind of games where you kind of struggled against last year. The teams you're expected to win at home or away, and then you didn't get maximum points from. So I feel like they're going to be more of a factor to see if he actually stays in a job. Big up everyone in the building, man. Big up Dre, man. Good morning, Tops. Big up yourself, brother. Good to see you in the building, man. As always, my guy. Big up Darren as well, man. Big up Tops. Big up yourself, bro. As the champions of the draw with a laughing emoji. Big up yourself. Big up everyone in the building, man. But yeah, obviously Arsenal getting the win. Don't get it twisted. Even though Arsenal played well, I'm so happy that we beat Man United. I can't stand them, man. I'll be honest, bro. So that's one of the positives from the game. But again, we'll dissect Arsenal's performance in a bit. But yeah, just obviously going on about Man United. It says, as it turns out, United focused their £200 million spent on forwards, as they felt that area of the pitch was the one that required the most sustainable improvement. I agree with that, to be fair. I feel like only scoring 44 goals is literally like a relegation side, man. At 30, that's just about 1 goal a game, do you know what I'm saying, which is not good enough, obviously. So to get 3 new forwards is obviously going to be a sign. But yeah, they've got 1 game a week. Now, this could go either way. We've obviously seen it with Arsenal playing 1 game a week. Chelsea played 1 game a week before as well. Tottenham as well. So sometimes it depends. If you have good results, then obviously it builds like a quite a lot of momentum, and it gives you a lot of time to obviously recover, etc., etc. But if you go 2-3 weeks without winning, bro, you could go like a month without no points. Just because you don't play in the week. So when obviously you've got Europe, you can try and bounce back if you got a bad result in the league, or vice versa. You got a bad result in Europe, you can bounce back in the league. So obviously fans not forget, but obviously again they kind of move on pretty quickly because you've now gone on to win a game. Whereas with this, man, obviously Man United fans are gonna have to linger with it till next week, and then hopefully they get, for them, their perspective, hopefully they get 3 points at Fulham. If they don't, then they're gonna wait another week for Burnley, and then, do you know what I'm saying? So, and then after that, international break, and then I think they've got Man City away straight away. So yeah, it's a difficult game. It's a difficult run of games for a team that obviously is looking to try and get back into really the top half, if you're being honest, and then obviously into one of the European spots as well. But yeah, it says it goes on to say where United could not find an equalizer despite their attacking toll. Bendia's error, mate, it was almost inevitable that the focus after this opening day defeat would be on the goalkeeper. Bendia failed to get a strong hand to Declan Rice's 13th minute corner, only managing to palm it back towards the goal line where Ricardo Calafiori nodded home. Clinton Morrison, big up Clinton Morrison. Man United have a problem. There are rumours of obviously Villa keeper Martinez, and now obviously Donnarumma has become available. If I'm United, I'm going to sign a top quality keeper. 100%, man. They've definitely got to go get a keeper for sure. Definitely got to go get a keeper for sure, man. Big old Lucky Singh. Obviously, Man United fan David Raya saved them. Amad Diallo, Zertsky, Cunha, Dalot, Dogu. Proud of you with a clapping emoji. I'm proud of all these players, says Lucky Singh. Proud of you. We need to cut even more. Yeah, listen, like I said, I feel like United fans can be optimistic with the performance that they played. Because again, it is one that we didn't really see too much of last season, if we're being honest, in terms of look like they're going to be threatened to score goals. Obviously, they're in a different kind of phase, even though I hate to use that word, or kind of position than Arsenal are. Also should be going for the league and winning the league. Man United obviously need to get back into the top half, into European spots. That's kind of their goal for this season for sure. He's getting pushed, says Amarin. So he obviously says, understandably, head coach Amarin was robust in his defense. In the moment, you either choose to push a player or get the ball. Benitez chooses to get the ball, but he's getting pushed. He cannot defend it himself. There's a feeling when I see him play. For a more detached report, it is worth noting that the words of Joe Hart, who disagreed with Amarin's assessment. I've seen a lot of clips going around about Saliba holding on to Mason Mount, and it's sort of like, listen, that happens every single day. And this is why I said that rule about clamping down on like the pushing and shoving is just not going to work, bro, because it just happens too much in every kind of scenario, where it's corners, set pieces, free kicks, whatever you may be. It's just even like long throws now, like people are just going to be tossing. It's a contact sport, so unless you kind of ban like people touching each other, then pause. But yeah, unless you ban that, then it's going to be very difficult to obviously pinpoint and isolate every kind of incident and say that's going to be foul. And also, you're not going to get any goals from set pieces anymore, because people are just going to be, referees are going to be calling fouls left, right, and center. There has to be a little bit of tussling. Obviously, it's up to the referee's discretion to see if it's going to be a free kick or not, etc. So yeah, I thought the goal was fine, to be honest with you. I did, however, feel like we should have conceded a penalty after watching it back again. Saliba on, I think it was on Cunha. That's a penalty, man. I can't lie. I don't know how the referee missed that. I felt like because Cunha was leaning back, the way he fell didn't look like a natural kind of fall from the tackle. But it was, man. Obviously, he doesn't get the ball until he goes through a minute. So yeah, got a bit lucky with that as well. He said that's not a foul on Bendia. Bendia has got to scrap with his arm to deal with Saliba and jab the ball away. I got ready to defend Bendia. Then I saw the first replay. I thought, you can't defend him here. He has got far too involved and got lost in the battle and made a bit of a mess of it. It's not down to being weak. It's about putting yourself in the best possible position to use what you've got. Hart feels like United could have offered more protections for Buendia, because obviously, again, in the second half, Man United tried to do the exact same thing to Raya, where obviously it was the lit backing into him, and then obviously Raya just punched it out. Obviously, good goalkeeping. So yeah, I think you're just going to blame the goalkeeper, man. I think he's going to be a bit more stronger, if I'm being honest. Amarin later clarified that Onana hadn't been dropped and he was not about to leave the club. I reckon they're trying to push him out for sure, and trying to get a new goalkeeper in. Obviously, they've loaned out a highly rated goalkeeper to Bristol City as well. It just goes on to say, so Onana was not available. It left Amarin facing the straight choice for Buendia or Tom Heaton. People were saying after And again, it's hindsight. Should have played Tommy Eaton. He's 37. He's Premier League proven. But I'm sure if Tommy Eaton made a mistake, it would have been, you should have played Buendia. So yeah, they just need a new keeper for sure, man. They just need a new keeper for sure. It says he took particularly exception to the suggestion that Buendia's failure to keep out Son's corner in the League Cup loss against Tottenham. Obviously, he scored from a corner, Son, and Buendia was obviously in goal for that. So he does have a bit of a weakness at corners and crosses as well. It said that obviously he was unbelievable in that game. Obviously, just backing his goalkeeper. We proved today we can win a game in the any game in the Premier League, especially against a great team like Arsenal. We were the better team. I'm happy with the 3 goalkeepers. So yeah, again, it's one of those ones where I've been there before, man. When we played Manchester City at home at the Emirates, we were the better team, but we lost the game at home. And yeah, obviously you've just got to try and build off the back of that momentum for sure. Big up Dre says everybody had been saying that United should have won, but we should have thumped them on the counter attack. At least that must have been our approach if that was the way we set up. Big up Dre, that's a very good point as well. We were very, very, especially in the first half. I think second half, Dre, we didn't really do too much, if I'm being honest, man. But the first half, Odegaard had a plethora of opportunities to put in a decent pass. Martinelli had one as well. I think Saka had one too. We had a few, man. Calafiori was going into midfield. I think he had one as well, where he just needed to release the ball at a certain point, at a certain time, the weight of the ball as well, the weight of the pass. And I feel like we would have been obviously through in on goal. And it just didn't happen, man. It just did not happen for sure. What does it also say about my team if I would know that they would have actually lost yesterday if it was a one-off game, like in a cup run? Yeah, for sure. I mean, we had the kind of the same thing. We should have beat them in the FA Cup, really. We missed a load of chances, man. We missed a load of chances. Yeah, and obviously they had 10 men and we ended up going out on penalties. So, yeah, sometimes you got to just put your chances away. Do you know what I'm saying? He's all right being the better team, but as someone said it before, part of obviously being the better team is scoring the chances, being clinical. That's part of it. It's not separate. Like, it's not, yeah, we play very well, but we missed a load of chances. It's like, no, that chance is going to be coincide with obviously you performing very, very well as well. Otherwise, you could just say that with every game and you just lose every game. Do you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, you're going to get relegated if that's the case, isn't it? So, and then people are like, why you got relegated? And then you would say, we weren't good enough in terms of our finishing. But we played well up until there. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but in a one-off obviously game, you can definitely take some rising to it. The goalkeeper didn't drop one for Arsenal. Cunha and Buemo, maybe you could get more on the left-hand side. Says Lucky. Honestly, Darren, I'm not going to rise to your behavior. Respect Palace. They literally they literally put 2 past Liverpool last week. I mean, to be fair, Carlos, you did say you were going to win 4-0. So that's trying to. But yeah, Cunha and Bravo, brilliant. Could we got more of a left-hand shot? Congratulations to Arsenal, says Lucky Singh. Yeah, I mean, we won the game. Like I said, we weren't great, to be honest with you. We weren't great, man. But we won the game regardless. But yeah, on to Chelsea. Let's have a look at this article here. Chelsea's £250 million attack misfires, but should they be worried? Chelsea used 6 attackers signed for a combined of £250 million in their Premier League opener, but could not find a way to score against Crystal Palace. João Pedro signed from Brighton this summer for 55 mil. Started up front. Jamie Gittins, who joined from Borussia Dortmund for 52 mil. Made his debut on one flank with £45 million Pedro Neto on the other. Cole Palmer, the £40 million striker, £40 million midfielder, played in behind as a number 10. But despite Chelsea's attacking riches, it was Palace who dominated the early stages and almost opened the scoring. Obviously, midfielder Eze rifled home a 13th minute free kick, but the goal was ruled out by VAR because Palace captain Mark Gahey was less than 1 meter away from the host's defensive wall. Chelsea responded the second half by bringing on 2 more attackers. Obviously, Esteval, 29 winger, and £30 million striker Liam Delap. They both missed big chances, as did fellow substitute Andre Santos, as the Blues were held to a goalless draw at Stamford Bridge in a disappointing start to the new season. While there's only one match and no titles are decided on the opening weekend, there's going to be some scrutiny around Chelsea if they fail to build on their Club World Cup victory in the summer. Some have tipped the Blues to mount a serious title challenge, but they need to improve both creatively and goal scoring to challenge champions Liverpool and the likes of Arsenal and Manchester City over a 38-game season. That said, Chelsea's internal target remains to qualify for next season's Champions League through a top 4 finish. What does the data say? It says, however, they will be more encouraged by the figure of 1.81 expected goals, which was superior to a 1.07. I mean, Chelsea did have a few chances towards the end of the game for sure. That Estevar chance, he definitely should have done better. Andre Santos had a chance as well. But because obviously they didn't work the keeper, you don't really remember them. But yeah, they both should have done really like better than they did, actually, to be fair, with the shots that had obviously in the box. But yeah, ultimately, obviously Palace are a good side, and they are good. And I said this before the start of the game. This is why I thought Chelsea were just about going to win in it, because I did say, especially away in the top 6, away from home, I think they beat Tottenham, they beat Man United, they drew at the Emirates. I think City beat them 5-2, but they were 2-0 up in that game. Could have been 3-0 up in that game. They drew at Stamford Bridge. They drew at Anfield. So yeah, they're no slouches, man. Glasner's got them set up away at the big sides, and he knows what he's doing, man. He knows what he's doing. They're like the new version of Brighton in terms of like when they go away to a big side, it's a difficult slog. You're not going to batter them. You might drop points as well. They're just kind of that team in it. So yeah, only one of the big 6 beat them at home, and that team was 2-0 down, so they could have lost, and they lost to them in the cup final anyway. So yeah, man, they're a difficult team for sure. They are a difficult team for sure. But yeah, I feel like they definitely had money on the man. I said, oh, Ahmed cooking at MLS and Madueke when he came on, and that run from Cunha with Ben White on his hip after home, he got spun at the halfway line. White retired after that, got subbed off after. Bro, we were terrible, bro. Like I said, man, we were terrible. The whole team. I think David Raya was the best, and then Gabriel probably, but then everyone else, man, was below par in my opinion. Bar maybe sat asleep, but then he could have conceded a penalty. So yeah, attacking wise, ghost. Like Gyökeres, not good. I don't think we played to his strengths at all. He didn't have any touches in the box, no shots at all. So we didn't create any chances for him, which again, that's the kind of striker he is. You got to create chances for a minute. So yeah, but Saka was poor. He was awful. Like I'll be honest. I mean, a few good ball retention movements, but didn't do anything attacking wise to obviously help us go forward. Martinelli again, not very good either. I thought he was nullified too. Madueke was poor when he came on. I thought Havertz didn't really do too much. He won a few free kicks when we were on the cosh, but bar that, in terms of an attacking threat, looking like he was going to score, nothing. Odegaard, like I said, he was the best out of our bunch. In the first phase, he was decent, but then again, he messed up so many transitional counterattacks to the point where we could have scored more goals. And I think I said it in the watch along. I was like, the game is pretty open. It's like a basketball game. If we play the right pass, one of our players are going to be in here. But Odegaard just failed to play the right pass. I don't think he's not a transitional player. He's a possession player, man. If you're going to play that kind of style, and obviously that suits Gyökeres, it kind of suits Martinelli, it suits some of our attacking players to kind of play that transitional style, especially against big 6 away teams. You need a better number 10 who's more suited to transitional play, who's got running power legs, who's got an eye of a pass, who can play at the right time. And Odegaard's just not that type of player. He's an 8, really. You know what I mean? You're giving him a 10 job, but he's an 8. He's someone that keeps it ticking, really, in the 8 position. I don't know why we don't play him there. So, yeah, kind of, I said opening day optimism. Okay. I'll give you that, I guess. And this is what I said, man. At the start of the season, everyone's gaslight, to be fair. But obviously, unless, I mean, also fans a little bit different because we've had a manager for a while. But if you've got a lot bit of momentum, you're going to be like, yeah, we're going to do this today. I mean, Man United fans, a lot of them were saying they're going to beat us and this and that and whatever. And you're not winning here. And obviously, they were wrong. So, love our aggressiveness, getting ahead of best teams on transition. I said, love push, getting ahead of opposition players. I said, so their mother with their land. Hey, it's just a question, isn't it? Sorry, Carlos, can't hear you from all the way outside the winning circle. We're loud with energy. Big up Darren, fam. I'm glad we were pushing best teams talking their ear and our ear, says Lucky Singh. Jason, was that a penalty for you committed by Saliba? Not much controversy online, but if it was one of our players, in the headlines would have been everyone is saying he's against us. Yeah, true. I think it was a penalty. I feel like when I first watched it, I didn't think it was, because the way Cunha fell down, it was like he just fell over. It wasn't like a natural falling over. It's not like, because obviously, because when I watched the replay, like Saliba swipes his other leg a little bit, not like aggressively, but just hits his other leg, and then that's what makes him lose obviously balance before getting the ball first. So yeah, I think it was a penalty, but again, VAR was inconsistent, man. Like you said, if that was against us, everyone would be moaning. So you got to just keep the same energy in it. Like we got lucky with that one. We should have conceded a penalty. So yeah, I'm sure it'll come back around, man, and we'll concede a penalty. That's probably not a penalty. So I'm pretty sure the referees will do their job. I mean, what do you guys think about the referee performances as a whole this kind of weekend? For me, it was kind of the same mode. in terms of the handball in the Liverpool game, some of the decisions in the Chelsea game. People could have got sent off, stuff like that. And obviously the Eze free kick. Man United game, I thought Simon Hooper was very, very heavily biased towards Man United, man. And that's not even, and that's just regardless of Arsenal's performance. Like, that's not an excuse. Arsenal was still terrible, but yeah, every kind of 50-50. So sometimes you get that in like home games where obviously the referee will give obviously the 50-50s to the home team. Well, like every kind of contact they were doing on obviously our players, that like, bro, no free kicks. The one on Mbuemo on Gabriel where he literally just pulled him back and he didn't give a free kick. I was like, what the hell? There's a few on Saka, but Saka gets them anyway. But yeah, I just thought he was very imbalanced in it. But at the same time, he should have gave a penalty and he didn't to Man United. So I think it was just a terrible refereeing performance anyway. I don't think Simon Hooper is the level of referee to get that kind of game anyway, man. He normally does like the like the Burnley versus, you know what I'm saying? Them kind of games there. Burnley versus Sheffield United and that. So yeah, should Chelsea be worried? Chelsea are unlikely to be worried at this stage, but they will know the victory in the Club World Cup will not easily translate into the Premier League, particularly after obviously the 13-day pre-season, having become world champions in July. That's something you got to keep an eye on as well with Chelsea. Like, I think potentially after playing that World Cup, it is going to take a toll on them at some stage. There's no way. And with Man City as well, to be fair, there's no way they can play another full season or full steam ahead with no kind of momentum break. There's going to be a period of the time. Maybe it's now. I don't know. Like, there's going to be a period of the season where they don't look particularly that great, just because of maybe mental fatigue, physical fatigue, or whatever. Because they play literally a month in the Club World Cup, man. So we'll see. Enzo Maresca was reluctant to blame any lack of preseason for Sunday's display. I don't think so, because until the end we competed. We tried to win the game. We had some chances at the end with Esteval and Andre Santos. So they showed that probably we could compete overall quite good. For sure, they already had, I think, 7-8 players in preseason for that. So we played the last 2 games, but we tried to share the minutes. So the real game for us was today, but for sure, slowly, we're going to get better. Obviously, all the new signings may need time to bed in. Esteval, Gittins, Delap. Bro, I see the slander name. Man are calling him Liam the Lap Dance. It's crazy. Liam the Lap Dance is nasty work. I said a few for Yokeres as well, man. But yeah, this is what I mean about Twitter, fam. You have one bad half, one bad 60 minutes, you get it cooked. That's just how it goes, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? Verts was getting it on the Friday as well, when he was getting dashed off the ball by I think it was Semenyo. He dashed him off the ball, innit? And he's one calling him a Bundesliga Fabio Vieira, and that is crazy. Yeah, ruthless, man, ruthless. But yeah, obviously Maresca biggest concern is the serious injury to Levi Colwell, who he feels disrupts their ability to play out from the back. Yeah, that's a very good point as well. The Italian coaches asked the club to sign a new centre back, but they have told him to work with what he's got. Damn, with obviously Josh, and I think he had a good game. Obviously, he made a few wayward passes, which is understandable. 19-year-old playing centre back. I don't know if that was his first start. I'm not sure. But yeah, I thought he had a decent game overall, man. Today he played very well. He dealt with it. Mateo very well. Yeah, true. So overall he did a good game. Nicholas Jackson was suspended. Okay, I thought it was weird how he wasn't on the bench or anything, but he's expected to be sold anyway. After his red card against Newcastle, but would not have been selected had he been available. Chelsea remained open to selling Jackson and fellow attacker Christian Nkunku, and also in the market to sign a forward with Garnacho and obviously Leipzig versatile attacker Xavi Simons targeted before the end of the transfer window shuts on the 1st of September. So yeah, a few kind of players there for sure. But yeah, we got Draymond. It says that means it would have been a draw because Ray would have died beforehand. Yeah, for sure, man. Ray's not the best at saving penalties either, man. Lucky saying preseason refs better. Horrendous refereeing all weekend. Yeah, I agree, man. Some of the decisions. And the thing is as well, you're thinking first weekend back, first Premier League weekend back. And like Carlos said, I think yesterday, I feel like the games were underwhelming as a whole. I think, like I said, the best game was the Liverpool game. That was the only game that I was like, edge of my seat, back and forth. Who's going to win? Who's going to pick up points? Quality everywhere. Goals. Do you know what I mean? Like a bit of excitement. I mean, the rest of the games that I watched, man. I mean, the Sunderland game was good from a Sunderland perspective, but West Ham didn't really offer anything. And then the other games, bro, the Newcastle game, dreadful. Chelsea game was awful. Even the Man United Arsenal game was an awful watch, really. Apart from a few Man United chances, Arsenal didn't do anything. So, yeah, not very great. So, from an entertainment standpoint, so hopefully that picks up. But again, you got to be a bit fair. It's the start of the season. But teams are not at their best, of course. They're still in preseason mode in terms of like quality. You normally see it with Manchester City, they kind of kick on in the second half of the season. Normally, that's when they go on that 18, 19 like game run. So yeah, it's probably going to be the same with the other teams as well, man. So yeah, look, VAR, refs, VAR out. I mean, yeah, if you're not going to use VAR properly, then yeah, you might as well just get rid of it. Dre, what do you make of Gyökeres' performance? Because when Sesko came on, he got the same treatment Gyökeres did. He didn't even touch a ball. Yeah, man. And again, I feel like with the Gyökeres thing, there's a few things for sure. Like, obviously, he's not played with the team a lot. And this is why I was more adamant that we got him in straight away, even though obviously it was only a week after in terms of when the preseason started. I wanted him in like the start of June, really, in middle of June. That's sorted because again, we're literally changing our complete style of play, by the way, guys. Like we're not a transitional team. We are a possession-based kind of a breakdown, kind of controller kind of team in it. We just have possession loads of times. We just want to break you down mentally in terms of you just defending, and then we just find a way to obviously get through your defense. With Gyökeres, he's a different type of player. He's a transitional player. He's someone that you need to create chances for as well. So you need to be very fluent in terms of your creativity. You have to create chances on a sixpence, really. Not just for him, just for other players as well. But we don't play like that anymore. We used to play like that when we used to press from the front with Jesus and stuff like that. We used to create a lot of chances. Now, we don't do that. We struggle to create chances, which is kind of an issue considering we've got a goal scorer that needs chances. So in terms of his overall performance, I don't think obviously he looked fit himself. He looked a bit clunky. There's a couple of times where he showed a little bit of strength, barging obviously De Ligt on the floor, but there was other times where De Ligt got the better of him, which is obviously understandable, and that's going to happen in this first game. But yeah, overall, man, I feel like to be honest with you, when he came off, we lost complete for it. Like we didn't do anything after that. Like at least with him, it was getting even though obviously the standards weren't great in the game anyway, because our attacking players were not at par either. But yeah, I think at least with him, he was putting himself about and obviously being a little bit of a nuisance. When Havertz, and this is the thing I don't like about Havertz. Havertz is not going to really do that. He's more of like a false nine. He's someone that's going to drift into space and that. He's not really going to be physically battling with a centre back and getting free kicks and running down channels and stuff like that. He's not that kind of combative kind of striker, man. He's a false nine in it, so he just kind of goes in and out. And that's why we didn't really have any kind of outlet. Havertz was in defense for the majority of the time, defending. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even up front. We had no one to kick it to. So, yeah, man. I think it's going to take, obviously, a while for him to obviously transition into the way we play and vice versa. But, it's just one game. Obviously, he didn't play particularly well. But, again, we've been interested to see if he starts next week against Leeds, because I feel like you got to give him a chance against a team that we're going to dominate and hopefully create chances for, and then see what happens with that. But yeah, potentially I can see Arteta in the bigger game just playing Havertz, man. Just because he does what he wants him to do more in terms of defending from the front, etc., making it hard for them to beat. So yeah, big up Dre says I still take the Bundesliga of Fabio Vieira than ours. Oh yeah, 100%, man. All banner in it, all banner. Dre, you high, bro? He's talking about Verts, isn't it? I said Verts or Fabio Vieira, quite easy decision there. Yeah, legit. You got the win, all that matters. Big up Chris, man. Big up in the building. Defensively, you were resilient, but United more threatening attacking wise. Big up Chris, man. Good analyzing of the game there. But yeah, like I said, we got the win. But going forward as an Arsenal fan, we obviously need to improve our performances again, because again, that was too reminiscent of what we were doing last year in terms of getting a goal, sitting back, trying to hope, not creating anything to even improve the lead, and hoping our defense is resilient enough to get a clean sheet. You're not going to do it every game. Sometimes you're going to concede a penalty. Sometimes you're going to have a shot that's outside the box that just goes flying in. You can't obviously contain that, and it's not sustainable. You have to obviously create more chances to score goals. How are you today, bro? Says Jake. We got yourself, Jake. I'm good, brother. Hope you are well. Arsenal still a level below us and City. Us and City always go for second and more, while also defending 1-0 lead, and that's why also drew too many games last season doing that. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. And that's why I said it felt like similar to what we were doing last year in terms of not having that creative spark. Now, obviously, there's still time to add to the transfer window. There's still time for Gyökeres. But the only thing I will say is that was obviously Arsenal's one of the worst performances I've seen from Arsenal in a minute, and we still won the game. I didn't create any chances. So we're not going to play like that all season, obviously. We're going to obviously have better performances than that, which hopefully will result in us creating some chances and looking a bit more threatening for sure. Because, we're not going to play like that all season. So we'll have to wait and see, man. But, yeah, I agree, man. And I feel like, again, you're looking at Martinelli, even Saka as well. And this is what I mean about obviously changing things up. that one chance that obviously Saka made in the game was the best chance, and obviously Bruno Fernandes saved it at the end for Madueke. But that was when Saka was on the left. Like, change it up. Why not have a game where Saka is on the left and Madueke's on the right? Just change something up. So, bro, you know what Martinelli's going to do. Saka's been obviously quite poor as well after the injury in terms of the Premier League. I don't think he's got to the heights that he was before the hamstring injury. I think that's fair to say. So, yeah, I feel like we have to change some things up, man. It's too samey. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's just my opinion on it. You meant Verts, thought you meant Sesko. LOL, I said LOL. Big up Darren. I'm okay, bro. But yeah, in terms of the Sesko comment you made, Dre, he didn't really do too much either, really. Do you know what I'm saying? But again, he only had 20 minutes, first time that he played with the team, so can't really criticize him too much. But yeah, you know what, football fans are funny, man, because again, you have one, and this is what I'm saying about obviously even like Twitter and stuff like that. Is you have one bad half, not even game, like, and then you're just getting cooked. Doesn't matter who you are, where you are, who you play for. That's just how it goes, unfortunately, now, man. So yeah, you can't really take too much stock in it, to be honest, man. I've seen people doing obviously AIs of Mbuemo overweight in it because he didn't score. And it's like, he had a decent game, but because he didn't score, people were cooking him. It's like, yeah, he's not scored for Man United yet, in it, even not even in pre-season. So yeah, this is what I'm saying. People are just the ruthless, man. They're ruthless. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Obviously, on to news about obviously Tottenham in terms of Eze. Spurs accelerate move for a natural fit Eze. Now, Eze, I thought played pretty well against obviously Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge yesterday and scored. For me, I think it was a good goal. I know, obviously, again, the law book, it came out and said, yeah, obviously, technically, he impeded in the rules, so they had to disallow it. But I'm telling you now, no one would have even been an eyelid if that got given. No one would have said, you know what, he's encroaching. No one would have knew. So I feel like it's kind of pick and choosy. It just depends who's on VAR when they decide to implement these kind of rules by the book, because we will see that again and it will get given the goal. I guarantee you. That's not the first time I've seen players mess about in the wall and go further while the free kick gets taken and someone scores. I've seen that loads of times, man. So yeah, I just don't like, bro, you just got to be consistent. If you're going to have these rules, make sure they're implemented every single time. Otherwise, don't implement them at all. Do you know what I'm saying? Because yeah, that was the first time I think I've ever seen that, to be honest with you. A goal being disallowed because someone was encroaching in the certain area in a free kick. A bit of a weird one, but yeah, we'll see. Tottenham will accelerate their move to sign Crystal Palace forward Eze, with talks expected to progress in the next 48 hours. The two Premier League clubs have been in discussions over a move for Eze 27 since the start of the week. Multiple sources that have told BBC Sport that talks are progressing positively amid growing hope at Tottenham that a deal is within reach. Palace face Chelsea on Sunday, and there's an emerging doubt for Eze's inclusion. Obviously, he did play. Obviously, this is before that. England International has an expired release clause in his contract, which was worth initial £60 million with a further 8 in add-ons. It's understood Tottenham on negotiation and offer slightly below the total release figure. Palace are also in talks of selling captain Mark Gay. I don't know if you guys seen the thing with Mark Gay and Oliver Glasner. Glasner calling him over after the game, and Gay just ignored him and went down the tunnel. Not sure what that was about, but yeah, interesting. I do feel like they're probably going to sell them both, and yeah, if Gay and Eze are sold, they're trying to get replacements. Kalanus, obviously, from Leicester, is an attacking player, which I do rate as well. He's a decent player. Palace are interested in. Thomas Frank is looking to bolster his attack, while James Maddison is out for the rest of the season with an ACL injury. Son has obviously moved on to America. So yeah, they're looking to get another attacking man. If they can get Eze in, man, I feel like that would be a massive addition to them, because again, he's someone that in transition. He's very good shot stopper. Ball striker as well. And I'm very intrigued to see what he can do with better players around him, because again, Palace, even though they're a good for obviously where they are, they have limited players for sure. Him playing with better players, better team, bro, he could definitely go to another level, especially with the World Cup coming up as well. I feel like definitely it could be a different thing. Well, big up everyone in the building, man. Big up Jake says I'm okay, bro. Big up yourself as always. Big up Gunner for Life 82. Morning, Tops. Hope you're well, brother. Good to see you in the building, my brother. And I'm all good, my guy. Hopefully you are well yourself, my guy. Good to see you in here, man. Personally, I hope the Spurs get you. Hope they get them. Why, bro? Forget that, man. I want him at Arsenal, brother. What's going on, Darren? I want him at Arsenal. I don't want these guys to get anyone that's good. What is this? I'll start Havertz or Madueke on the left wing instead of Nelly. The season is underway, and our focus is now on these game to prepare for Liverpool. We need to be ready to fight if this team is serious. Big up Dre, man. Yeah, I get that, man. I mean, for it's worth, Madueke was atrocious when he came on, but again, it was a different game state. It's one game, so we'll see what he does if he does start. But yeah, I agree, man. I think, and again, I think the problem you obviously got now is, I think in terms of balance wise, if you're going to play Calafiori, I do feel like you need a winger that cuts in. So maybe I'd even probably play Trossard. If you're not going to sell him, then I'll probably play, man. But yeah, there was actually rumors again. Obviously, Kivio wasn't in the squad. Apparently, he's going to be on his way to Porto, according to a tier 1 source in the Polish press. That's why he was left out. So that could be very interesting as well. But yeah, we need to be ready to fight if this team is serious, for sure. But yeah, I'll definitely make a change on the left wing because Martinelli, you know what you're going to get for sure. Big up the Tottenham Ranger. It says, don't worry, we will. Lovely. This is what I'm saying. We keep we go in, keep working on the left shots and the left right posts. Eze will play next game too, says Lucky Singh. Because after 3 games, will basically tell us if Arsenal was ever serious in actually going on to win the league. Because if not, shift to the domestic double or Champions League trophies, and they need to be won. Yeah, you're right, man. You're right. If you can't win the league, and this is what I'm saying about in terms of judging people's success from one particular competition. There's other trophies you can win. You know, it's not just he needs to win the Prem and etc. etc. Like if he hadn't won the Prem by now, and he won over trophies, I'll be like, you know what? He still wins over trophies. Maybe he's not good enough to win the Prem right now, but he's obviously building to it. I could buy into it a little bit more if that makes sense, because it's like, well, at least I know you can get to finals and win trophies with your team that you've spent this money on. So you're not completely like, okay, we're not winning anything kind of thing. So yeah, man, I hear you, bro. There is other trophies to take seriously, man. But it's whether Arsenal are good enough to get over the line mentally. Obviously, we've got the players to. If Crystal Palace can win a trophy, we can. If Newcastle can win a trophy, we can. But in terms of like quality wise, but in terms of mentality wise, in those crucial games, the semi-finals, does the manager and the team together have what it takes to win? That's what it needs to be obviously discovered. Good. Thanks. Poor performance yesterday, bro, but at least we got the 3 points. Exactly, man. There's been a lot of times where we played very well at Man United. In fact, the last 2 times we played well at Man United, I think we've lost. We lost 3-1 when obviously Rashford scored 2 goals. We played very well that day. I remember Jesus and Zinchenko and stuff like that. We were dictating the play, bossing it around, and we still lost the game. And the year before, we lost 3-2. That's when Smith Rowe scored and Odegaard scored, and we should have won that game as well. And he's got a draw, and again we lost the game. So it swings and roundabouts, man. Like again, would you rather play very well? And that's what Arsenal were obviously accused of. Lows on the Wenger. We used to play very well, but ultimately lose the game. And it's like, well, you lost. So and we did that against Man City, like I said, on New Year's Day. I think it was 2022. It was New Year's Day. Where we played really, really well. We should have won the game, but we ended up losing in the last minute. And ultimately, they got the 3 points. But again, at the end of the day, you can say we played really, really well, but you didn't win. So, yeah, man. But yeah, I agree, man. Because again, you have to be kind of fair here. Because if we would have dropped points, everyone would have been cussing the team. How can you drop points? Even if we would played amazing, if we would have drew 1-1 or drew 0-0, oh my God, we've dropped points on the opening day. How can we have done that, etc., etc.? So you got to be fair and give the credit to the team as well and say, you know what, you actually won the game. Even though we didn't play very well, you got 3 points when I thought it was going to be a draw personally. So they exceeded the expectation of me personally because I didn't think we were going to go there and win. Even with obviously the way Man United are, because we didn't win there last year either. So, but yeah, man, got to be a little bit obviously balanced there. Sancho, you need to replace the wages. Let's go to Serie A, do a Rasmus Højlund, 6 mil. I'm sure the structure of transfer of Anana and Højlund. Big up Dre says for the real, Kivio going to be on the move. Yeah, that's what I heard. Let me try and find it, man. That's what I did see yesterday. That's why he wasn't in the squad. Because remember, he's been playing quite a lot of times in preseason. Like he's been one of our focal points, if we're being honest, man, in terms of him playing on a regular basis. And he's not. He wasn't even on the bench. So obviously, there's something developing there, man. I don't think he's injured. I don't think Arteta said anything about injuries and stuff. So yeah, there's got to be a situation where I feel like potentially maybe because we're not getting kind of the deals over the line quick enough, that potentially we could have be willing to sell him, man. So yeah, this guy, Thomas, I'm not pronouncing his last name. He's apparently tier 1 in Poland. there, David Ornstein. It says Jacob Kivior may leave Arsenal today. He's out of the matchday squad versus Man United. Talks regarding a transfer are ongoing. FC Porto, which said a official offer in July, is very likely. The Dragons haven't given up on this matter. The Pole wants to leave England. So yeah, obviously he wants game assurances, man. Maybe because again, it's a World Cup. And like I said, it feels weird. It feels like I don't know who's qualified for the World Cup, especially for the European teams. And again, it's this year, obviously next summer. So yeah, a bit of a strange one. But he wants obviously first team football, of course. And yeah, can't really blame him, man. So yeah, if he wants to leave, try and get a decent fee for him. None of this, what I obviously seeing about the Porto thing, I think it was like an obligation with like 28 million euros, which is about 20 million pounds. No, that's less than what we bought him for. If you're going to sell these guys, man, and I feel like he's made a decent account of himself, obviously not world class, obviously not really a first team starter, but I feel like he's come in and done an adequate job when he's needed to. He's been fit and reliable for the majority of the time he's been at Arsenal as well. Coming slightly down at left back for 4 or 5 months when we didn't have a proper left back because Zinchenko was injured all the time. And then obviously did the same at centre back last year when Gabriel got a hamstring injury. Slotted in, played particularly well against Real Madrid as well. Very, very good performance. So yeah, I feel like he's been all right, man. So yeah, man, if this was a Chelsea or a Liverpool, they're getting 30, 40 million for him for sure. Because again, I think he's like 25, so it's not like he's old or anything. He's a Polish international. You got to be trying to get some profit if you're going to sell him, man, or you might as well just keep him in it. But yeah, it happened against United, the FA Cup last season, so I take it. Yeah, exactly. Going for life 82. He swings and roundabouts, like I said, bro. Yeah, that game we look at the chances we missed. We missed the penalty. Havertz missed it from like 2 yards over the bar. He missed another chance. Havertz should have had a hat trick that game, and we missed the penalty as well, and we had other chances too, man. So yeah, and we lost the game. So again, you got to take your chances when you've got them. Like I said, it's not sustainable us playing like that, but us getting 3 points, and you got to think as well. I'm telling you, in like December, January, we're gonna forget we've been there, and people are gonna ask, "What's the score when you obviously play Man United?" And you go, "Oh, at Old Trafford. Oh yeah, we beat them 1-0 in the first game of the season." It always happens like that. The season goes so quick. There's gonna be so many games to process. You forget like I can't remember who we faced this time last season, like the first game. Oh, Wolves. This is what I'm saying. It had to take me. And Aston Villa when we beat them 2-0, and we played terribly in that game as well. We were kind of lucky. David Ray saved us in that game away, and then obviously we ended up winning the game. So these games, you just kind of, especially at the start, you just kind of have to just grind out, make sure you go there away and win, and then just move on from them, really. Because we kind of played similar against Spurs away, and it was just we scored from a corner again, and then we just defended in it. So yeah, man, it is one of those ones for sure. I want a top guy midfielder. So I was looking, seeing obviously Man United fan. Obviously, you were linked with Baleba. I don't think you're going to get him, man. Brighton, unless somehow you get up the funds to get 120, 115 million, then I don't think he's going to be at your club. But we'll see. I'm back. Big up yourself, Jake. None of these, no, man, guy. Big up Tottenham Rangers says, do you rate Ghost to God? Now, you know, I do rate him as a player, but again, in terms of his actual performances, man, they've been poor for a while now. So for me, he has to improve, bro. I mean, there's only so many times I can say it. I'm going to give him this season for sure. You got to give him a couple of years. But, brother, if this guy puts in another kind of stinking performance in terms of season-wise, then because he's going to get a lot of opportunities to put in good performances, because we're going to dominate the ball. We're going to have you're going to be against elites, and these are the kind of performances or kind of games that you need to be shining in, which he was before. But yeah, I don't know what's happened to him, man, to be honest with you. But yeah, I do rate him, man. I do think he's still a good player, but he has to show it. Otherwise, his ratings are going to get lower and lower between Arsenal fans, rival fans, or whatever. Because there's only so many times you can reference 2 years ago when he was good. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the longer he leaves it. So for me, I still think he's a good player in there, but yeah, he's got to show it on the pitch. Otherwise, you're going to be trying to move him on. I can't lie, because it'll be 2 years now, one of our highest paid players and the captain, and he's not even dropping terrible games. Like, they're stinkers, man. I think yesterday, again, I think he was he's the best out of a bad bunch, if I'm being honest. He's the one that looked the most threatening, but again, in the final third, his quality and decision-making let him down, and we messed up about 4 or 5 transitional opportunities where we could have scored a goal. So yeah, a little bit of lucky thing. I want a proven midfielder machine. Adam Wharton, hopefully for a sell, or Amadou Onana. Amadou Onana wouldn't be a bad shout, to be fair. Someone physical present, but again, I feel like you try to do that with Agate, and technically he's obviously not up to scratch. I feel like you definitely need maybe a deep line playmaker. So Adam Wharton would be the one, really. But yeah, it just depends how much money you've got left, bro. People going for Life 82 says that Odegaard needs competition. His form is woeful at the moment. Yeah, this is what I'm saying, bro. This is why I thought the Eze deal might actually get the best out of him, because when he knows he's not going to be in the team, if he doesn't book up his ideas, he's going to improve. But at the minute, look how he put. I mean, again, he was the best out of our bunch, but he should have been subbed at some point, and he didn't, because obviously Arteta doesn't trust Ethan. So this is why I'm never buying the whole Ethan Nwaneri backup, because in game states where we kind of need a fresh number 10 or someone to change it up from Odegaard, you don't trust him in it, especially when it's a tight game, especially when it's a big game. You won't bring him on for whatever reason. So it's like you can't use him as the backup if he got no minutes again, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's either or. But yeah, big up Jake says hi, he's back in the building. Big up Dre says it says a lot of if Odegaard was my best midfielder yesterday. That says a lot of how poor Zubi and Rice were. Yeah, I didn't think we dominated the midfield at all. I thought we would have done before the start of the game, but I thought Casemiro played very, very well, actually, to be fair. And yeah, we didn't really get a foothold on the game. Zimmerman was getting pressured and pressed. And obviously, again, didn't have time to dictate like he was in the Bilbao game, where he had a load of space and time to do it, man. So that's still something he's definitely got to get used to, man. But again, one game, like, again, he's going to have to get used to the Premier League. He's seen Rodri take a season to do it. He might have to take a season, unfortunately, for him to get used to the aggression, the pressing, the one touch. I think he can do it. Like, we've seen him do one touch before, but he's just got to be very aware that, again, I'm not going to get a lot of time on the ball here. They're going to try and nullify me. So you got to try and do be quickly as possible. Soccer got locked up by Shaw when you didn't even see the pitch. Like for like, is daily bread. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I feel like he doesn't trust Ethan defensively, man. That's what it is. He doesn't trust him to press like Odegaard. He doesn't trust him to get back like Saka or Martinelli. That's what it is, bro. So he's not going to risk bringing them on. But it's like, brother, don't tout him as the backup to said player if you're not going to use him as the backup. Madueke came on because he's the backup on the left wing in the game. Havertz came on because he's the backup to Gyökeres in the game. Even Marino came on because he's the backup to Rice in the game. So you're using all the other backups. Ball that one. You know what I'm saying? So that ball the two everyone's moaning about, which is the 10 and the right-hand side, like full backup. Like people are saying competition for Odegaard. People are saying backup to Saka. You're not using him. And this is what the thing about Madueke that makes it a bit more weird. It's like, again, if he's playing on the left wing, then Saka's playing on the right. We've got no backup. He's supposed to be the backup, isn't it? It's like you can't have it both. You can't play backup and left wing starter in the same game, innit? So yeah, it's one or the other, man. It's one or the other. Big ol' Gunner for Life 82 says 100% we should have been subbed for Ethan, but I keep saying Arteta is shutting him out for a reason. Yeah. I just don't think he trusts him, bro. I don't know, man. He's signed a new deal, but yeah, I just don't think he trusts him enough. He's only 18, so I can understand from that logic, but at the same time, don't use him as the backup then. Just say you're going to be part of the team. You're going to play you when the game state is obviously needs it, for example. But when we think, again, we don't really want you in a 1-0 kind of, when we're winning 1-0 and it's kind of tight, we need kind of someone a bit more experienced, then you can bring on an Eze or a Morgan Rogers or someone else to bring on. The kind of reports we're seeing that, obviously, because we've got Ethan now, then we don't really need a number 10. It's just silly if you're not going to use him on a regular basis, man. It's crazy. Big up Lucky Singer says Arsenal best player, midfielder protects agents Ben White, Foden, Zubi falling. Big up Jake, hope you're okay. Subscribe, big up yourself, bro. Hope you're well. Saka should have been sub too. Yeah, exactly, man. But the thing is as well, Gunnar, he would have been sacked. It would have been sub, if Madueke didn't come on the left, because Madueke would have been the backup. Or you could have played Ethan there. You could have been like, you know what, Ethan, you need to come on. Because I feel like Ethan would have brought a different dynamic. I rate Ethan. I think he's a good player, innit? I think he definitely should be getting more minutes. And I think games like that are perfect for him to come in and try and make an impact, man. But yeah, he's just not trusted enough, I don't think. Big Andrea says, now that I think about it, why do I want to play Havertz or Madueke on the left now before Martinelli? If I got 1 year and he can play. Yeah, well, obviously, we've never seen it before, but who knows, bro? I feel like he's good enough. I feel like Saka can play on the left wing. I think he can just go on the outside and then use his left foot. Do you know what I'm saying? I think he's definitely capable of doing that. And I feel like that, and if he can do that, I think Ethan can definitely do that. Because again, he's kind of similar in terms of tight ball control, very good technically, can beat a man, very direct. He could go on the outside and put balls into the box if you want him to do that. So there is different elements, man, of Ethan's game where I feel like he's just a good player where you just need to put him in the team. Do you know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, man. Well done, Delete. Sure. Yeah. Obviously, you guys playing well, to be fair. I like the live stream. Big up yourself, man. Really appreciate you liking the live stream, of course. Master Zertsky, same here. 13 likes now. Yeah, big up everyone that's liked it. Make sure you guys like up the stream and subscribe to the channel. Exactly. He should be developing Ethan. That isn't going to be any good for his development. Yeah, exactly, bro. If you're not going to play him, even if it's a thing where it's like, okay, you're getting Eze and you're kind of worried that he's going to get even less game time, and then you just loan him out to a Premier League team to get experience for a year and say, you know what, you're coming back next year, just get as much Premier League experience at Brentford or at Bournemouth or, do you know what I'm saying, one of those Brighton or one of those kind of teams where he's starting on a regular basis in the Premier League, and then he can come back and then obviously contribute to the team straight away, man. But yeah, I think you've got to make a decision here and just say, you know what, he's my kind of backup to Odegaard. If Odegaard is tired or he's not having a good game, no matter what the game state, no matter who we're playing, he's coming off and Ethan's coming on. Do you know what I'm saying? And then done. Otherwise, again, there's no point. A front three of Saka, Gyökeres, and Ethan, not bad though. It would look way better. I think, yeah, you got a lot of technical ability there, and I think you've got players that can definitely link up with each other for sure. Even if you play Saka on the left, because like I said, the best chance Saka made was on the left to Madueke, where if Bruno Fernandes doesn't obviously take a little bit of a nick on the ball, Madueke's literally got tapping at the far stick. So yeah, man. Did you watch the game on Sky Sports? Yes, I did, bro. Big up Tops, facts, 100%, man, 100%. Big up yourself up. Got it for Life 82. Really appreciate it as always. Your stream is so amazing, bro. Keep up the good work. I appreciate that, Jake, man. Big up yourself every single time, my brother. Good to see you in the chat as always as well. But yeah, I really appreciate that kind of comments, man. But yeah, obviously that's just about Kivior potentially leaving the club. I don't know if there's any. I don't know if there's even any more transfer news. They're just talking about obviously the team as well. But yeah, this was interesting time. And David Ornstein reports that while also have PSR headroom, they're tight on the UEFA FFP rules. Now, again, this is the first time I've ever heard about this in terms of us being tight on the UEFA FFP rules. Yeah, I feel like he's definitely been briefed by the club to come out and say that after the backlash of Arsenal not obviously spending more money on players. But again, it's kind of strange because obviously he was briefed before that the Eze deal had no bearing on the Madueke deal, and now he's coming out and saying basically it does, because we spent the money on Madueke, we can't get another player until we sell. So yeah, all a bit suspect really. Onana not involved for Manchester United against Arsenal. 29-year-old goalkeeper has only trained 3 times. He's recovering from an hamstring injury and working alone at Carrington today. Said to be in a good physical shape, but not ready. Okay, so that's kind of a different tone of him not potentially leaving, him just not ready to start. So interesting. But yeah, with the Arsenal thing, I think I like it. They're definitely doing a bit of damage control because they know fans are expecting. They're just limiting expectations again, man. So people just think we're not actually going to get anyone in, which is looking highly unlikely. Fenerbahce are interested in signing Arsenal defender Zinchenko. Again, he wasn't part of the squad either. It's understood they have explored the conditions of a deal. Fenerbahce are interested in signing Arsenal defender Zinchenko, like I said. So yeah, very interesting there as well. But yeah, man, Max Diamond actually went with the team, but it wasn't in the squad. Sorry. We have actually got a lot of players that weren't actually involved. So you're looking at Kivior, Zinchenko, Dalman, that's 3. Vieira, Lokonga, Kyle Hein, that's 6. So there's going to be another player that I've just missed out that I can't remember that we probably want to sell. So yeah, man, these are kind of guys that are not even making the squad that we're still paying. So you have to look to try and get rid of them, if I'm being honest. If you can, man. Just obviously free up the wage bill for sure. But yeah, man, I'm going to go. Bye. See you in a bit, bro. 100% Saka should go left. Yeah, I feel like it would work Gunnar as well, because it will provide a different dynamic, and that's why I feel like a lot of fans were saying in terms of the start of the season, just try some different stuff. We're obviously bored of seeing the same kind of personnel, the same kind of lineups and stuff like that. Let's try some things that are different, that will obviously shock the opposition, and obviously try and improve the kind of the attacking prowess of the game and of the team, man. Have fun, big up yourself. We wasted the money on Madueke and should have used it for Eze. Yeah, I agree, bro. I agree. I definitely think we should have used it for Eze, man. Again, I think he complements us in more than one way. He can play different positions. We competition for Odegaard. He's a good free kick take. Like, there's a lot of positives for him, man, for sure. We got Lucky Singers is so close, but might cut in a little more goal. Ben White, decent player, but he's in wrong position for you guys. I mean, again, I feel like Ben White is probably suited for certain games rather than others. When we're probably dominating possession a bit more, him being the overlap for Osaka or whoever's on the right hand side, I think is more beneficial. But obviously, yesterday it was more about defending, which I feel like Timber is obviously a better defender than him for sure, in my opinion. So, well, I think Ben White's better going forward. So, yeah. maybe, man. Maybe against the Leeds, Ben White's probably better suited to that game because we're going to dominate the ball. We're going to need overloads and him going forward. Whereas maybe the harder games, you play like a Timber there instead, innit? But yeah, kind of Fury obviously scored the winning goal. I thought going forward in the first half, he was all right. But again, defensively, Abuemo got a lot of space on that left-hand side, which allowed him to have a few shots. So, yeah, man, that's not his strength playing that left back either. So that's not really surprised there. But yeah, I'm no kind of real news really. I'm trying to think of anything else here. But big up yourself as well. That's a good stream. Big up yourself, bro. Really appreciate that, man. Make sure you guys like up the stream and subscribe to the channel. If you want to become a member, it's pinned at the top of the channel. 99p to become a member, man. So it really helps the channel grow and all that good stuff. So yeah, if you can afford it, just let me know and just click on the link. Really appreciate it if you could. But yeah, man, I think that might be it. You know, I'm trying to think of anything else that's obviously happened in terms of news wise. But again, obviously Arsenal getting the 3 points. Manchester City getting 3 points as well. Render's looking really, really good. But yeah, man. Obviously, Arsenal days unbeaten against the top six. I like again things like this. This is fine, but again, you gotta measure that up with a trophy that goes with it. Otherwise, it's just a stat that doesn't really amount to anything. That's kind of the issue with things like this. Like it's all great if we're winning the Premier League as well. Do you know what I mean? Or winning a trophy as well with it, but when we're just not winning anything, it's kind of like it's good, but you kind of want better in it. Not our best performance, but still an opening day win. Says obviously Declan Rice. Just the start. Come on, you Gunners. I don't think he was particularly great either, but it is what it is. Winning feeling. Thanks for the support. Gonna see you next week. I thought Gabriel was very good, actually. Very, very good. And these are the kind of games he thrives in, innit? Those big away games where we're back against the wall, we're defending for our lives, we're trying to get the 3 points. Yeah, he loves them kind of games, innit? I can't lie. But these are our next 6 fixtures, man. How many points are we going to get? We've got Leeds at home. I'm expecting to win that. I can't lie. Leeds at home. Liverpool away is going to be very difficult, man. I'm not too sure if we're going to win that, to be fair. Not too sure at all. Then we got Nottingham Forest at home. Difficult. They just battered Brentford basically 3-1 in the end. Man City at home. Another difficult game. Newcastle away. Another difficult game. West Ham at home. We've lost to them twice at the Emirates in 2 years in a row. So yeah, man. I don't know, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 18 points to play for. I think potentially we might get. Oh, I think there's going to be a few draws in here. You know. I think potentially we could get a draw at Newcastle. I don't think we're going to win there. I think it's going to be a draw at best. Anfield, I think we could lose that, to be honest. Man City at home, you'd want to win your home games. Well, they're looking good already, so that could be a loss as well. The other home games, I'm expecting to win. That should be 9. Draw 10. I think we'll lose that one. Maybe a draw. So 11 out of 18, which ain't the worst, but again, when you compete with Man City, it's kind of crazy. Is it true on Diamond Part that he ain't eligible to play it? No, he is. He's not eligible to play in the Champions League until he's 16, so he can't play this season. He's going to be 16 already to be eligible to be obviously put in there. But in the league, he can play because remember Ethan Nwaneri got his debut at 15, and that was at Brentford, and obviously he's the same age as Ethan was back then. So yeah, he can definitely play in the domestic cups and the league. It's just whether Arteta is going to play him, man. Hopefully he does, bro. Hopefully he does. As a manager, you start your strongest team every game. They need to play together as much as possible, regardless of the opponent. Yeah, I kind of agree with that, man. I feel like when it comes to obviously playing your strongest team as well, for me personally, I think once you get the rhythm of obviously Gyökeres and stuff like that, and they can get into kind of the mood of how he plays and stuff. You've seen it with Haaland, man. Like once you got a striker, I'm not saying he's as good as Haaland because he's not. But in terms of the type of style and profile of striker he definitely is kind of similar in terms of being a goal scorer. When you get that guy on the same kind of a wavelength in terms of team and goal scorer, bro, you can score a load of goals, man. Because the striker knows what he's going to do. The team knows where the striker wants to put it, like etc. So yeah, I feel like it's going to be a match made in heaven if we get it right. Mikel Arteta says, I think he was 18 years or 22 years here at Old Trafford without winning before I came here. I got into the dressing room, we won, and we still are not happy. Good sign. I did see a stat that he's won the same amount of games at Old Trafford as Arsene Wenger already, which is kind of a mad stat still. But yeah, man, like I said, man, all these stats are great, but the trophies at the end of it is kind of the key thing for me. to kind of solidify what you're saying in it. Because again, for me, it's all good. Like they all sound nice, but ultimately, you want to be remembering this group of players for lifting up silverware for sure. First game of the season, 3 points, lots to do. We keep going. My hashtag locked in. So yeah, guys, let's go first. 3 points, says Timber. Odegaard, 3 points start of the season. I love this kit, by the way. I need to get it, man. I need to get it. I need to get it ASAP. Happy birthday. Oh, happy birthday. Happy Martin Zubimendi. Happy admin. So yeah, that's just obviously Arsenal. That's the record that we've got against Man United. Home and away, the last 9 games. I think we've only lost 1, which is the Rashford goal, and then won 7 of them and drawn 1, which was last season. So yeah, decent record against them then, to be fair. David Ray made 7 saves against Man United, more than any other goalkeeper during the opening weekend of the Premier League. He deserved the player of the match award. Yeah, I agree. I feel like he definitely deserved it. Definitely deserves his clean sheet. This is it. This is all the wins at Old Trafford in the Premier League era, man. Only 6. All 1-0. Well, yeah, that's some weird stuff, man. All 1-0, bro. That's kind of a weird thing. Had to have the same scoreline when you win there. So yeah, it just goes to show we haven't got a great record there at all. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man, big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe. I'm going by. Big up yourself. Big up Jake. Please subscribe. Make sure you guys tune in for that. Fulham, Ahmed Diallo, just talking about all the players there. Congratulations to David. He kept also a clean sheet and they won the game 100%. A big up. I agree with. We'll always play in our best team and at least available because you have not won any trophies yet in 5 years. So any trophy is acceptable. If it's good enough to Arteta in a job, I doubt it. We can't compare Arteta wins at Old Trafford to Wenger. He was against a legend. True. Very true. Very true. And also, he won the league. He literally won the league at Old Trafford. So, yeah, very, very true, to be fair. Very, very true. I think it is different context as well in terms of the style. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. In terms of the quality of team, the 98 team, 2002 team, even 2006 team, you're looking at legends like Ronaldo, Rooney in these teams. Obviously, Van Nistelrooy, Giggs, bro, Scholes. Whereas obviously these teams, you're talking Bruno Fernandes, Rasmus Højlund. These are levels you're talking, man. Onanas are in these ones. So yeah, it is very, very true, man. Very, very true. But yeah, big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. That's a worry when I see what Arsenal are doing. They're still happy enough to sit in there 1-0. Is that the reason they drew so many games last season? I said these two here. I agree. Ricardo Calafiori, want to compete at the highest level. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, man. If you are new here, if you want to become a member, it's pinned at the top of the channel as well, people. Make sure you guys like the video as well. Now, do you want to show how United won at our grounds? Yeah, for sure. Because there's going to be a lot of games where United definitely did not deserve to win, but end up getting the 3 points too. But I'm sure there's a few games where they've won 3-1, won 3-2, won 3-0, 2-0, 2-1 as well. So they definitely tend to score more goals at Highbury or the Emirates rather than we score at Old Trafford. But again, a winning is a win is either way. So you got to just roll with the punches, man. You got to just roll with the punches. But yeah, man, obviously let me go on to obviously Manchester City now, because again, I feel like again they were fantastic at the weekend, getting a very, very good win against Wolves, man. And I feel like again the star of the show was definitely Renders, man, because for me he had a fantastic performance for sure. And bro, it could be one of those ones where City are back, man. I can't lie. It could be one of those ones. Obviously, Erling Haaland back to his goal scoring best, scoring 2 goals. And yeah, Manchester United sweep Wolves aside with the Haaland double and debut goals. Obviously, they were formidable. They restored to their powers with fantastic goals from obviously Renders and obviously a Shirky substitute getting a goal late on as well. So yeah, fantastic performance by them in general. Haaland with a double as well. I thought, again, creativity-wise, they were kind of cutting Wolves open a little bit, and Renders was definitely at the heart of it, especially the first goal. Fantastic feet, ball over the top for Rico Lewis, cuts it back to Erling Haaland for an easy goal, easy tap in. But again, that kind of broke the deadlock, and then after that, man, a quick fire goal with obviously Renders rifling it into the bottom corner to make it 2-0, and then yeah. From there, they were doing their thing, man. They were doing their thing for sure. Big up Gunner for Live. It says, hit the likes and sub to tops. The legend, pick up yourself, brother. Really appreciate that. Manchester City monster, Mamouche. Did Mamouche come on? I think he came on for a little bit, but yeah, There was no, obviously, Phil Foden. There's no Rodri. So it kind of shows you the strength in depth for Manchester City in terms of them able to put in a team, Premier League team to the sword. I know it was Wolves. They're probably going to be down the bottom. I get that. But to beat any team away from home 4-0 in the Premier League is no easy feat. So, yeah, it just shows the strength in depth for sure. Ruben Diaz, Bernardo Silva obviously stood over to obviously applaud the fantastic tribute to Diego Jota, which was, again, fantastic. After obviously he played for Wolves for 3 successful years before moving to Liverpool. But yeah, after a stodgy start, and again, a couple of goals that were offside that Wolves scored, it was, again, like I said, Rico Lewis calling it back to Erling Haaland for it to make 1-0. And then a great counter-attacking move. Oscar Bob on the transition, playing in Renders, who had a fantastic shot with his left foot into the bottom corner, man. So he created the kind of the first opportunity with his right foot and then scored with his left foot. And then again, another assist in the second half. Nice little 1-2 into Haaland's path, who pull it into the back of the net to make it 3-0. And then Shirky came on to make it 4-0, man. So very impressive win, man. I don't know what you guys thought of the victory. Very impressive win. Big up Gunner for Life says Man City 100% favorites for me. They look good. They look fantastic, to be fair. They look fantastic. And hopefully, in their perspective, they kind of keep some solidity in the back, just in terms of keeping the players fit. John Stones, Ruben Diaz, they've all had our kind of injury issues. Akanji, Ake, all in the last year or so, they've been out for a particular piece of time. So if they can keep them fit, and obviously Rodri will come back sooner rather than later, and depending on how he performs, with Trafford in goal and potentially new keeper in Donnarumma, I feel like they're very, very solid and strong. Remember, they've got Haaland, so Haaland's going to get you 25, 30 minimum. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you can try and add to that with like a Renders, with like a Mamouche, which I think like they were missing a little bit last season. I think Haaland had a load of responsibility. If he didn't score, then Man City didn't really look threatening, because Phil Foden obviously was off the boil. If they can get that going, then potentially they could be definitely in for the title. And again, you don't want a thriving Manchester City team in the title race, because that means you're going to have to get 90 plus points to beat them in it. We've seen it before. Liverpool getting 97, not winning it, getting 92, not winning it. Not to say they're going to get to that level again, but if they even get near to that level, man, you're going to probably need 91, 92, 93 points to make sure you're higher than them in it. So that's going to be a very difficult task for teams to do, especially with Liverpool winning the league with 84 last season. So yeah, Shirky, Erling Haaland with Shirky and new faces that slipped in. Absolute machines. Renders as well. Renders was fantastic. Again, like I said, got man of the match, I think, and rightfully so, man. And he looks like he could be a steal. Obviously, Colin, there's a lot of him from obviously playing for AC Milan. So yeah, it was a very, very good. That was the match stats, 58% possession to 42 with Wolves. Look at the attempts on target, man. 11 for Manchester City, and then 6 attempts for Wolves, man. 4 on target to 3. So yeah, a lot of different shots on target there. Look at the corners, man. 5-4, fouls 7-3. And yeah, obviously that's kind of the lineup, man. But you look at the substitutions here. You've still got Gundogan, you've still got Akanji, you've still got O'Reilly, who's a good little youngster there. Shirky, Mamouche on the bench. This is the bench. And this is without Phil Foden. This is without Rodri. They're not even in the squad. So Savio, who looks like he's going to be sold, not in the squad. Edison, again, not in the squad. So when you look at it like that, and again, it's kind of different because this is when obviously the whole team's fit. Start of the season. You've not got injuries. Again, it's probably not going to look like this in October, November. You're going to probably pick up a few niggles as well. But even so, when you got a full fit squad, man, to see everyone on the bench, there's multiple kind of names there you can bring on, and it's going to really improve it. So yeah, I feel like they've definitely done very, very well there. Definitely done very, very well. Bill Gunner for Life, it says the signings City made will ease the pressure on the defense. My word, that monster was back. Manchester City, they're a thriving side. But yeah, I agree, bro. I feel like potentially, man, the signings definitely will provide a bit of quality for them to kind of go on and challenge for the league title, because obviously last season they didn't do that. They will probably be disappointed that they didn't actually go on and challenge for it. So, but yeah, very, very interesting, man. Very interesting. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens with that, man. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel as well. But yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Obviously, let's go on to Liverpool now, who, again, they won their game 4-2, but they had a lot of criticism, man. People weren't convinced about their defensive display, despite winning 4-2. Obviously, they got pulled back to 2-2 at one stage, winning in the last minute with Chiesa's finish. some people are obviously questioning Petrovic's goalkeeping all game in terms of some of the goals. But yeah, Arne Slot explained the rationale behind all of his substitutions. Again, I don't know if you guys seen that kind of clip about Carragher quizzing him. I don't know, man. I felt like for a first game and a guy that's won a Premier League title, I feel like it's over the top. Like, again, and they won the game as well. I feel like the quizzing of him, I don't know, man. Maybe when you're a fan, you kind of obviously you're so eager to make sure the team's very right because you want to see them win again. You're kind of asking these questions that you want to know to try and get the manager to nullify it. But yeah, I just feel like it was a little bit excessive at the time, man, because you just won the game, you just won the league last year. But you just won the game. The substitutions were worse. Obviously, the game was a bit open, but again, they've not got Gravenberch there. Konate had a terrible game as well. He's not going to be like that every single game. So there was factors in there. Kirkes and Frimpong are still new as well. So you're gonna get this, man. I feel like again, people expect every team to be amazing from the start. It doesn't really work like that. Some teams take a bit of time to obviously build into it. Other teams need obviously more fitness, kind of have fitness issues in terms of needing to be match fit, before they obviously kick into gear. So there's a lot of different things that go into it for sure, man. A lot of different things that go into it for sure. Brought new group over here. Big up yourself, Lucky Singh. We're in for none of these players. City's looking to sell, just a cheeky loan or something, since we are so stingy now. Yeah, I know, man. I know. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy how we've run out of money and we spent 52 on Madueke. Absolutely madness, man. Any more news? Yeah, just going through the slot kind of comments before. Obviously the foursome alongside McAllister were then withdrawn at different points of the match. Not over the pace of the league. Jeremiah felt his hamstring a little bit, so that's the risk, especially if the fullback Connor Bradley is already out with an injury. With Gomez or only training twice, I feel like he could have already played a half an hour. That the intensity, so I'll start off with Endo in that position. Knowing that can always bring on Joe maybe 10 or 15 minutes later. Obviously, yeah, Endo was getting cooked on that right hand side, man. David Brooks was having a field day for sure. Semenyo was a very good winger, and obviously Kirk is on the yellow card, so he brought him off. So yeah, all the substitutions made sense, to be fair. And the other one was Florian in the end. That was simply because I wanted to bring on a number 9 in because it was a 2-2 scoreline in the end. So yeah, that's pretty simple. Well, pretty simple. Easy to understand, really. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe, man. If you're new, obviously you want to become a member, it's pinned at the top of the chat as well. Big up everyone that's obviously tuned into the channel, into the building. But yeah, man, I feel like, again, with Liverpool, when it comes to obviously substitutions and stuff like that, and obviously Arne Slot, again, them winning the league last year and winning the opening day, I feel like he does have a little bit more wiggle room to do what he wants, in my opinion. But yeah, a decent win overall. Bournemouth are a decent side. And again, I feel like, again, for me, there's no easy game in the Premier League, man. Like, you got to really be at it every single week. Otherwise, you will drop points. You will not beat teams that you probably should beat in terms of not creating chances, stuff like that. We've seen it obviously with Chelsea, Crystal Palace. That was a game where you probably think they're going to win, even if it will be difficult. And yeah, they didn't, man. They didn't win it. They didn't win it. They didn't win it, man. But yeah, obviously I'll go back onto Arsenal a little bit here. It says Arsenal have started their season with 3 points at Old Trafford, while their performance has led to a discussion about what their season could hold. Arteta accepted his side were not at their best, and it's only the first game of the season with new players settling in, but the ability to get a result, even when not playing well, could be a big thing for the Gunners as they look to win a trophy this season. Manchester United pinned Arsenal back for large parts of the game and had 61% possession, 22 shots, and they looked like they were going to get back on level terms, but the visitors managed to keep them at bay. Arsenal looked uncharacteristically open at times in the first half, with Arteta extremely animated in his technical area. What did Arteta try? Also, have come into the season with a new, more direct style of play as they look to get the best out of a £64 million Gyökeres. However, Gyökeres looked like he was lacking in match fitness, despite Arteta saying that the forward did a few good things very well. He added that his staff have to work on Gyökeres' pressing. Arteta also said his side did not make enough of the chance to play the ball in behind, something that would have obviously shown Gyökeres' qualities, and they missed 7 or 8 situations when the ball is completely open to play through to attack a goal. I agree, man. I feel like we did miss a lot of opportunities there where we could have absolutely done it much better in this kind of transitional opportunities, man. So I agree with him when he says about that. Gyökeres failed to have a single shot in a league game for the first time since April 2023 when he played for Coventry against Blackburn in the Championship, ending the 69-match run. So yeah, man, that just kind of shows you the different kind of levels. But in that kind of period of time, he's played in the Champions League as well. So it's not like he's just played Portuguese football in that period. He's played international football, he's played in the Champions League, and he's still managed to get shots off against decent opposition. So, yeah, crazy. I said I felt for him for a bit. His stats weren't good, but he's relying on other players. Also, they're brilliant creative players, but they weren't quite at the races. Let him settle in. Any player needs to build up relationship with other players. Again, and I feel like this is probably the everlasting fact, because we've waited so long for a striker. We want him to be the ready-made thing. We want him to be up and running, scoring loads of goals to justify the wait that we've had to wait. Arsenal fans, I'm talking about, for 3-4 years to get a proper gunman. So even in the first game, when he's obviously not looking like he's getting a chance or anything, people are going to get a little bit worried. But again, it's too early to say. Also have to adapt to him, otherwise he's not going to work here. And I feel like it's going to be on probably the coach and the tactics in terms of, bro, you've got a striker, you know what he's about. He can score goals. He's a good finisher. If he's having games where he's not even getting shots off, like, that's a system issue, man. Like, you got to put him in a decent ability for sure. I said, why? We got Hillbilly John. He says, why aren't all you dossers at work? That's funny. Hey, why are you at work? Big got Hillbilly John, you know. What a name is up. To be honest, we didn't deserve to win the game yesterday. Yeah, I agree. I think Man United should at least have got a draw. But again, sometimes you don't get what you deserve in football, man. That's just the way it goes. We've had games where we definitely deserve to win, and we've lost. So, again, swings and roundabouts. Again, you'd rather be the team that can win without playing well, rather than being the team that always plays well and never wins. Do you know what I'm saying? So, as long as you change the performances, because again, you can't sustain that. This is not a sustainable kind of model that we've got at the minute. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Gyökeres, also I've been playing with a striker in Kai Havertz that's very different to Gyökeres. So it does take time to get used to the new players' runs. He's also going to have to alter his game. It's not just about the team changing for him, but him changing for the team. That's what it takes to hit the ground running. Match winner Ricardo Calafiori was selected at the back for his inability in attack, but his forward runs left Mbeumo free and allowed Man United to cause a load of problems, which is very true. There's also a first start for Martin Zubimendi in midfield, and he lined up against Martin Odegaard and Declan Rice, but the trio looked as though they needed more time to click. Set piece importance also have become renowned for their threat for the dead ball situations and excelled at them since the set piece coach Nicolas Jova joined in 2021. Calafiori's goal was their 31st goal from corner since the start of the 2023-2024 season, with Liverpool the next highest in that time with 20. So we've got 11 more goals than anyone else in that period of time. The goal came from a new routine they tried during preseason with 5 players lined up along the edge of the box before the ball is swung in. Also did not click during the game, and Arteta will be glad that the set piece prowess got them important opening 3 points. Can they win the title? That's kind of the key thing here. Can they win the title, man? Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like on the video and subscribe as well. To be honest, we didn't deserve to win. Oh, yeah, big up yourself. Big up Mr. Battle Red. It says big up Tippy Toppy Tops. Broski, big up yourself, bro. Good to see you in the building. Make sure you smash the like button as always, and subscribe as well. Talking about the game yesterday, man, the Arsenal game. The Arsenal players celebrating in front of their fans after the full-time whistle, and Arteta was asked by BBC Sport in his press conference whether he could take a positive in the manner they won the game. That gives you a certain momentum and confidence, 2 very important things. We can still come away and find a way to win the game. The team has to find resilience throughout the season for 10 months in different contexts to be able to do that. Of course, we have to improve on a lot of things, and that will happen very soon. But in terms of managing to get that into the very positive result, that is a great way to do it. Obviously, Clinton Morrison says thinks the qualities also show could be a sign of the season's success. That's a huge sign of champions when you don't play well and still get the 3 points. The difference was the goalkeepers. David Ray was outstanding. Made a huge mistake. Gyökeres feeding off scraps. It's difficult for him. There's still a lot more to come from him. Of course, man. It's a marathon, not a race, bro. We've literally just signed the guy. He's literally his first game. We're going to have easier games than that. We're going to have Champions League games than that. Maybe he's going to be suited to that. He's going to score goals. Didn't score on this occasion, but again, only one person scored, and that was Calafiori, who's a defender. Everyone else, man. And let's be real. Like, it's not like, think about it this way. When I just thought about it right now, Man United spent more money on Mbeumo, and he didn't score. So yeah, he didn't score. He ain't scored at all for them. So when you look at that, and obviously Cunha cost 62 million. Obviously, Sesko only came on for what, I don't know, 20 minutes or whatever. But again, he didn't get on the score sheet either. So yeah, you got to be fair in your assessment, man. If you're going to criticize one new sign, and you got to criticize them all, in my opinion. But I don't think you should criticize any of them. Again, it's just the first game of the season. People are going to need time to bed in and stuff like that. So yeah, that's just my humble opinion on it. Big up everyone in the building, of course. It was a horrible watch, not gonna lie, but all about 3 points in the opening month. Yeah, I agree, Mr. Battle Red, man. Like, again, I feel like probably the worry about with Arsenal fans is we've kind of seen this performance quite a lot of the time, especially last season, with us not potentially creating chances, relying on set pieces, relying on our defense to keep a clean sheet to end up winning games. And we've seen it's not sustainable. We end up drawing games, losing games, etc. So that's probably the massive worry for us. But in terms of in isolation, you take the 3 points. We don't really perform well at Old Trafford anyway. We hardly win there either in this kind of a spell that we've played in the Premier League. So yeah, always a big 3 points when we go there and win, and then we can move on. Why can't we play on Saturday instead of Sunday? Says Lucky Singh. Obviously, you've got Fulham on the Sunday. Can they win the title? I hate such a headline because it means basically failures in others is expected while just keeping faith that you're in a league race. As Man United side for Fulham. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, it's one of those ones, bro. I feel like we shouldn't even be asking that at this point, if we're being honest, bro. Like, again, we've had a lot of opportunities to kind of win the title in the last 3 seasons, and to the fact that we're still asking this question is a problem in itself, if I'm being honest. It should be, will they win the title, not can they? Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it only also can change that perspective and narrative when they actually start winning trophies, isn't it? Like, oh, I always back down, man. That's kind of the key issue, man. Key thing here. Them winning trophies and going on about their day. Massive for Fulham. Big up Lucky Singh. But yeah, I feel like potentially you could be on your way to beating Fulham for sure. But we'll have to wait and see. If they drew obviously away at Brighton, I think. So yeah, gonna be interesting to see if they can obviously keep that up themselves, man. But yeah, let me see if there's anything from Fabrizio before I wrap up. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, man. If you want to become a member of the channel, it is pinned at the top of the chat. 99p, cheapest chips, all of that good stuff. So yeah, if you want to do that, please do so. It really helps the channel grow. But yeah, let me see if there's anything from Fabrizio Romano. But yeah, coming in, Jed Spence signs a new deal at Tottenham as a key part of a long-term project approved by Thomas Frank. I feel like he's been excellent since he's gone to your left back or got a chance, man. Kind of strange how Conte didn't really want to play him at all. But yeah, I feel like even though he's playing out of position, because he's normally a right back and he's on his weaker foot, I feel like he's defensively very solid there, man. And even last season when Tottenham were getting cooked all over the place, he was probably their best consistent player, man. So yeah, good little proposal there for him. Leeds are close to signing Noah from AC Milan on the Sun proposal of over 20 million euros has been submitted today. A contract until 2029, until 2030. Final green light. I'm not sure where he plays, but fair play. They're getting a player from AC Milan. That's decent, man. Obviously, that's Napoli's new signing from Girona. Yeah, no real kind of major news, really. I'm just trying to think if there's anything from Premier League news. Simicast exit expected to accelerate as Liverpool could also be open to a potential intentional loan proposals. The left back is prepared to leave as Kirkes and Andy Robinson will be the left backs for Arne Slot. So he's going to be leaving the club as well. So that's another potential. I think he's going to stay. I think he told me that today. I think he's going to stay, but I don't know what's going to happen. That's Rico Lewis. Again, he was linked heavily with Nottingham Forest just before the weekend, actually. So I was surprised he was obviously even starting. But yeah, if he wants to stay, again, you're not going to want to leave Man City, especially if you're starting. And again, I don't know whether Man City are actually pushing to sell him. I know obviously they've sold McAtee, who had already had a year left. He wanted to leave. Potentially could sell some other players as well, whether it's Savinho or Edison. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. On to Chelsea. Chelsea keep working on Nkunku and Jackson exits. Premier League clubs and AC Milan are informed on Jackson's situation. Nothing advanced yet. Nkunku and Bayern talks continue while there's still no agreement. Xavi Simons waiting for it. So yeah, man, Chelsea still need to kind of add to their attacking prowess as well. But yeah, big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video. Big up Dre, big up Mr. Battered. Big up Gunner for live. Come on, man. Big up the community, man. Make sure you guys like the thing and subscribe. Well, yeah, man. Interesting, man. Interesting. Obviously, that's the name of the 2 trophies there that they've won. For Chelsea, Espanyol beat Atletico Madrid in the first game, man. It's interesting, bro. Interesting already. Eric Bailly, remember him, man? He's on his way to Spain from Florentina. Lookman still at Atlanta. Still want to go to Inter Milan, but yeah, not made a move yet. I still think Arsenal should try and go in for him potentially if they don't get a left-sided winger. Here's Luka Modric as a new AC Milan player, man. That's proper old school, bro. Can't believe he's still playing, to be fair, but fair play to him. 1 goal, 1 assist, 3 points for Nico Williams with Athletic Bilbao tonight in La Liga. Ruben Amorim, we proved today that we can win any game in the Premier League. We were the better team against a great team like Arsenal. So, yeah, you got to just show it, man. You got to try and get some points on the board for sure. I didn't drop on Arna. I put 2 players ahead of him. I'm happy with our 3 goalkeepers. So, I don't know, man. That potentially could be mind games. I'll say on Victor Gyökeres. Gyökeres did a lot very good things today. I'm happy. You can tell in our high press and in the rhythm, we demand there's things we need to work on. Coming away to Man United and getting a win in your first game is a very good start for obviously Victor Gyökeres. Obviously, Jacob Ramsey joining Newcastle, man. £40 million there. So that's a fantastic, a little bit of a deal there. £40 million. I feel like he's going to be a good little player for them and add to their midfield depth for sure. Just obviously, I'm on about Nana again. The portrait of Alejandro Garnacho was vandalized outside of Old Trafford as he's decided to join Chelsea, man. Crazy. That's 0-0 there. Obviously, Olivier Giroud scoring back in Ligue 1, man. Again, one of those players, man. But back to Europe after his MLS chapter, starts for Lille, scores after 11 minutes. It just goes to show, man, some of these players that go to MLS, they can actually do it in other European leagues. They just don't need, you just never know, do you? What they can do, man. You just don't know. But yeah, I think that's probably it in terms of the Premier League kind of news, man. A lot of Italian stuff there. Rasmus Højlund is definitely over Manchester United. Højlund won't be a part of the Man United squad against Arsenal, as the club says there's clear messages pushing for his exit. United open a permanent and also a loan deal. Højlund will assess his options. What follows? Interesting, man. Interesting, man. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like all the video and subscribe as well. But interesting there, man. Where is he gonna go? I don't know. Can they get rid of him on a permanent basis? I'm not too sure. I feel like it's gonna be a loan, if anything. But that's positive news because he had a lot of stick last season from Man United fans saying he's not good enough, etc. They spent a lot of money on him as well, 72 million euros. So 72 million pounds, 85 million euros, I think it is. So yeah, a lot of money on him, man. A lot of money. But yeah, interesting, man. Very, very interesting. Xavi Simons never considered as options for other clubs than Chelsea. All parties waiting for Nkunku's exit as next step ahead of talks accelerating with Leipzig. No buy-in for Xavi, only at CFC. Man City's target only if Savinho joins Spurs is Rodrigo, not Xavi. So yeah, interesting, man. But yeah, we'll have to see. Because again, I'm hearing reports that potentially Savinho could be staying at Manchester City now. For the simple fact that the price that they actually want for him, Tottenham don't want to pay. I think it's going to be over £70 million that they potentially want for him, which again is a lot of money. But for a player that again he's got a lot of potential, high ceiling, I can see why they're going to be wanting that. And I don't think they're in any massive rush to sell him. I think potentially if they can get Rodrigo in through the door and sell him as a consequence, then they'll probably do it. But yeah, very interesting, man. Very interesting. Pick up everyone in the building, as of course, as always, man. Make sure you guys like on the video and subscribe if you've not done it already. Obviously, just gonna have a look at potentially. Yeah, I've done the Man United beat Arsenal. I've done the roundup really. I don't know if there's anywhere else, anyone else to round it up to be honest, man. I mean, Sunderland won 3-0. That was a very good victory for them. I feel like they did extremely well there. Extremely well. Great goals all around, really. So yeah. What's going on? Well, big up everyone in the building, man. Big up everyone in the building. But yeah, man. I'm gonna raid. Who am I gonna raid to? But yeah, I think that's it, man. I think that's it. Let me go through a few more tweets, man. Malacia, man. Exclusive. Roma made contact for Malacia as a left back option during the talks to Man United for Sancho. No green light, yes. For Jaden, Roma also asked for Malacia detailed conditions. Obviously he's keen on a move, which is also interesting. I forgot about this guy, man. But yeah, Malacia on his way out on Man United as well, potentially at Roma. So yeah, that's going to be very, very interesting there, man. Very interesting there. Eze starts today, and same expected to happen for Gay. Negotiations for Eze to Tottenham remain advanced, but deal not sealed yet. So Glasgow wants to trust Eze. Talks also continue for Gay to Liverpool, but also not done either. So yeah, a lot of deals potentially not done. But yeah, man, crazy. Crazy. But yeah, I reckon Tottenham are gonna go in for him for sure. And I think Gay is gonna go to he's gonna go to Liverpool, isn't he? He's gonna go to Liverpool, man. So that's no kind of surprise there. But yeah, man. Manchester City keep thinking of Rodrigo as main target if Savinho ends up leaving and joining Tottenham. As revealed days earlier, Man City want to try for Brazilian star, and only if Savinho leaves. No Javi Simmons as of right now. Rodrigo, no name mentioned internally either. Understand Savio remains keen on a Tottenham move as negotiations are not over yet. Tottenham plan to try again for Savino after the first bid revealed over a week ago. Manchester City closing doors to exit, but in case of improved proposal, stance could change. Interesting. Over two official bids turned down by Shakhtar Donetsk. Fulham will meet again with Kevin's agents next week. Negotiations set to continue to decide Brazilian and the winger's future. They've been trying really hard to get this guy. I don't think Fulham have bought anyone actually, so this will be the first signing. But yeah, I know they've been linked with Reece Nelson. That was at the start of pre-season tour. That was like the start of July. I'm guessing they're opting not to go for him, man. Or they want. I think the kind of stalemate is they want a loan, also want obviously a permanent deal. So it's kind of tit for tat. And Graham Potter has made it clear that he wants to keep Lucas Paqueta. Potter also spoke to the player. He's been considering proposal for weeks. Full transfer there. Listen, man, he needs to go, man. Because bro, he was one of the key players. He was more key in my opinion than Kudus, man. At one point, he was like, bro, he's the star guy. He was going to be the one that's going to get to a Man City or a Liverpool or Arsenal or a Newcastle or a Chelsea kind of move, man. But yeah, his stocks have just gone down ever since obviously the allegations, which is cleared now. Yeah, he's definitely not been the same player for sure, man. So very interesting to see where he actually ends up after all of this kind of controversy as well. But yeah, I feel like for me personally, he's definitely been in a situation before when he's done his thing, man. But I don't know, man. I think he's still a good player. Would I take him at Arsenal? Probably, to play in that left 8. I probably will still take him. Now that allegations have been cleared, I probably still will take him. I think he would do a decent job. But it's just one of those ones where you look at him thinking, wow, is he actually going to be the same player now than he was before the allegations? I don't know. Because he's been very, very underwhelming for a while now. So we'll have to wait and see. It's like, yeah, you know what? For Fabrizio, I've noticed he does recycle the same stuff, man. He's just said about Javi Simmons wanting Chelsea about 5 times since the 17th of August, bro. He just says the same thing. Yeah, I've just noticed that. I've seen, and with the Eze thing as well, bro. Like he just recycles the same thing, man. But yeah, another obviously deal here. Understand AC Roma are doing their thing, bro. They're trying to get what Sancho, Malacia and Bailey. Understand AS Roma are closing in on a Leon Bailey deal from Aston Villa. Agreement very close after positive meeting with his agents and Edemeter. I can never say that word, man. Tonight, Bailey prefers Roma over Spanish clubs. Details to be sorted with Aston Villa and then all done. So yeah, he's out the door, man. Very underwhelming. I feel like he should have been better than he was. He had a lot of hype with the Bayer Leverkusen stint he had. Came in it. I think he had a couple of good games and stuff like that. But bro, I thought he was going to be one of like the wingers of the wingers in the league, innit? One of the best wingers in the league, and it's just not happened for him, man. So unlucky for him in that respect. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. Talking all things Arsenal, talking all things Premier League actually as well. So good to see 30 of you guys in here as well. But yeah, man, very interesting to see what's actually happening in the Premier League so far, all around the country. Just going through obviously some transfer news at the minute. With what Fabrizio is saying. This was obviously a nice touch as well. Luis Diaz scoring his first official goal as Bayern Leverkusen player, winning the Super Cup and dedicated to Diego Jota, man. So yeah, he's definitely doing his thing there with Diego, and yeah, fantastic tribute there for his friend playing for Liverpool, and that ended up being the winning goal as well. They actually won the Super Cup. Harry Kane's won 2 trophies now, man. So yeah, he's stacking up, man. He's stacking it. That's why I obviously went there. So yeah, Nottingham Forest signed James McAtee on a £30 million package. Man City have a buyback clause and a sell-on clause as well. That's a very, very good deal, to be fair for them. Buyback and sell-on. Very good deal. My goal is also dedicated to Arne Slot. Also just about Chiesa. Atara, man. Atara joins Brentford for £42 million package from Bournemouth. A lot of money, bro. A lot of money. I don't know if he's worth that, to be fair. But again, I'm guessing this is the replacement for Wissa. But yeah, I think Brentford are in trouble, if I'm being honest, man. I think they're in big trouble for sure. But yeah, man, big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel, man. How many likes are we on, man? Only on 15 likes. Let's get this to 20 likes before I head off, people. 27 of you in the building. Let's see if we can get it to 20 likes before I head off for sure. But yeah, big up everyone that's obviously tuned in. Just going through the transfer news again. Also winning, Liverpool winning, Manchester City winning, Chelsea drawing as well. Sunderland having a fantastic victory too, man. They were very, very good in their game against West Ham, man. And I feel like, again, I was very impressed with their team for the simple fact that they definitely proved that they could hang with some of the Premier League teams, man. But yeah, fantastic kind of victory for them. And yeah, gonna be interesting, man. Hopefully they stay up. I want to see them in the Premier League on a regular basis. I'll be honest, man. I feel like they definitely can hold their own in terms of fan base, in terms of stadium, in terms of atmosphere, all that kind of stuff. And hopefully the football's decent as well, which again on the first day of the season was very, very good, man. So yeah, crazy. Their first win in 8 years in the Premier League as well. So a long time coming. But yeah, I thought they had some good performances in it as a whole as well. So yeah, very interesting, man. Very interesting indeed. But yeah, man. Obviously Pep Guardiola. There's still hopes for more exits as the City squad is too big. It's not healthy to have too many players. He does like a small squad. You can't create a vibe, good atmosphere. Obviously, he's got rid of Jack Grealish on loan as well. Hopefully to see him play tonight, man. That should be an interesting game. Man City versus Man City. Everton versus Leeds away. That should be a very good game. That's 4-0 Manchester City there. Eze is in form, Crystal Palace. Obviously, he wants to join Tottenham. No deal done yet, but Eze hopes for a Tottenham move ASAP. Goal by Shirky on his debut as well. So yeah, man, it's a lot of stuff going on, man. Brighton closed the doors on Carlos Baleba exit for his summer, and Man United will keep his name on the list for 2026. Manchester United love Baleba, seen as an ideal player for Amorim, and will likely remain a target for next year. So again, I feel like 110 or 15. The thing is, if he has a better season, they're going to be wanting more, bro. They're going to be talking, okay, this guy, we got to value him more and higher than obviously Casado, and maybe because of the state of the transfer market, the yesterday's price ain't today's price kind of vibe in it. So yeah, you might say, well, back then that's what Casado was worth. Now, Baleba is going to be worth more than that. So yeah, it's a risky move, man. It's a risky move to go back in for next season, but we'll see, bro. I feel like he definitely is going to be pushing for a move. Man United are a big club, but we'll see if they come back in for him. But a year in football is a long time for sure, because you don't know if he's going to be in the same kind of form. Someone else might come out the woodwork that's even better than him, that's cheaper than him. So who knows? Nottingham Forest are getting close to signing Douglas Luiz, so he's going to be back in the Premier League again. No kind of surprise they're linked with him, considering Edu, who again is Brazilian. Douglas Luiz is a Brazilian. He's someone that he wanted to sign him for Arsenal. I don't think Mikel Arteta wanted him as highly as obviously Edu did. So the move didn't obviously end up materializing. But yeah, this is after personal terms agreed as yesterday. Deal imminent. Also, Juventus as new Nottingham Forest are confident he's the one next. After obviously these kind of two players have been signed as well. But very, very interesting, man. Not really worked out at Juventus. That normally it does happen, you know. I think Pauline is the same. When you can kind of see these kind of DMs and number sixes go to like a foreign country where it's like a bigger club, they all normally just come back like within a couple of seasons, man. Obviously, Pauline's come back to Tottenham. He's going to go to Forest. So, yeah, man, going to be interesting to see how he does back in the Premier League as well, man. So, yeah, but yeah, very interesting to see, obviously, him not obviously being able to get the kind of limelight over in Serie A, because I thought he'd be playing pretty well there, but just not really worked out for him, to be honest with you. So yeah, he's out of the door. But yeah, Forest are making moves, man. They're signing players. They look very good yesterday as well, winning 3-1 against Brentford, man. You've got to feel for Brentford in terms of how they're going to be this season, man. Are they going to be in a relegation scrap? Are they going to be in a relegation dogfight? I'm pretty sure they might be, man, because yeah, they did not look great at all, if I'm being honest, man. They did not look great at all. I'll quickly obviously share on it as well, man. Nottingham Forest there. So Chris Wood, obviously attacking concerns as Nottingham Forest overwhelmed Brentford, man. In any consolation, things could have only got better for Brentford as they were brushed aside by Nottingham Forest in the first game in charge. Chris Wood scored twice, and then Ndoye on his debut scored as well in the first 45 minutes. As obviously Brentford were 3-0 down at half time. Thiago's late penalty was only consolation. We will learn a lot from the first 45 minutes. It was very disappointing, says obviously Keith Andrews, for the preparation, etc., etc. So yeah, Nuno complained in the build-up about the lack of transfer activity. Since then, he's obviously got Hodgson and McAtee through the door, with Douglas Luiz obviously there as well, and with Adoy as well. So yeah, they've still signed a lot of players, man. But again, they're going to be in the Europa League now, so they do kind of need a bigger squad for sure. They need to be able to play Hodgson maybe in the Prem or in the Europa, and then swap out him for another winger. Do you know what I'm saying? So that is definitely a thing they have to do for sure. Obviously, Chris Wood got 20 Premier League goals, man, last season, so he wasn't a fluke. He's a goal scorer, bro. He will score goals left, right, and center if you allow him to. So yeah, man, he's definitely one for one of the ages, man. But yeah, obviously Nottingham Forest with a fantastic win there, 3-1 at home. They're in the top 5 already. Obviously, first game of the season. And yeah, I think Nuno's a good coach, man. I think he was good at Wolves. Again, the Spurs thing was a different dynamic for him. I don't think he suited the kind of the team where they were in expectations. But again, some managers, I think him, Unai Emery, they're better when they're kind of underdog managers that have a smaller team that are not expected to do too much, and then they end up obviously exceeding expectations. When they're at a team that their expectations is high already, I don't think they do as well. But yeah, I think Nuno is still a good manager for Forest, and I think he should have a good season this season. This is the stats: 54% possession for Nottingham Forest, 46 for Brentford. Look at the attempts. To be fair, more attempts by Brentford than Nottingham Forest, but Forest are like that, man. Forest are very, very clinical. Yeah, they beat Brighton 7-0, I think. And I think they had like 7 shots on target, something crazy, and they just scored all 7. So yeah, they are very clinical, man. But yeah, 6 attempts, 5 on target, 3 goals. So it just goes to show you don't really waste any kind of notion, man. These are obviously the teams. Also, Odoi, obviously Gibbs White signed a new contract as well, so he's staying as well. Zagera, Milinkovic, and Murillo, very good centre backs. And then you look at the Brentford team, it's like, no, obviously, Damsgaard, Norgard's left, no Damsgaard, and that's Norgard's another one that obviously wasn't even on the bench yesterday either for an injury. So we have got a big squad for sure. But yeah, Carvalho's not really set the world alight either. I don't know, man. The team just doesn't really inspire me now. They ain't got Wissa or Mbuemo. So Atara is going to be an added plus for sure, in my opinion, man. But yeah, man, big up everyone in the building, man. It's been your boy Tops as always. I'll just go through the rest of the news if there's anything else left. But yeah, man, it's been obviously another good stream, man. Big up everyone that's already tuned in. Really, really appreciate everyone in the building for sure, man. It's been another fantastic stream. And yeah, man, make sure you guys subscribe to me, man. I do obviously Tops in the Morning show every morning from 9 a.m. talking about obviously all the football news and stuff like that. And transfers as well, obviously during this period of time too. So yeah, going to be very interesting to see how we get on this week with obviously the games. And obviously Liverpool play Newcastle next Monday. Also got Leeds at home. Manchester City got them Tottenham Hotspur the 12:30 kickoff on the Saturday midday. Chelsea got West Ham on the Friday. So some good teams. And all the big teams are obviously playing as well, man. So very, very, very good. Very good as well. Oh man. But yeah, that's probably about it, man. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I've missed off. I don't think there is, man. But yeah, big up the chat as always, man. Make sure you guys like on the video. And subscribe to the channel as always, man. But yeah, until next time, people, it's been your boy Tops. I'm gonna love you and leave you. I'll redirect, man. I'll redirect to Shane, man. So you make sure you guys go over to Shane and say, T-Chance a raid, man. All of that good stuff. But yeah, I'm out of here, people. Big up, peace and love. And until next time, don't ever play at the game. And until then, I'm out, man. Peace.